now, WLOX presents the Friday Night Football Showdown Halftime Update.
Proudly sponsored by Champion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Oak Trust Insurance Group.
And hello, welcome in everybody. Week 8 of high school football action right here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm your host, Dylan Jones. And tonight we have district games all across the coast. All of these teams looking to make that playoff picture. And you can get the latest updates if you head on over to our website on WLOX.com to get all of those live scores. You can also do this on the mobile app as well. And what we're going to do real quick is we're going to give this a quick refresh to make sure we have all of those latest scores. But in the meantime, to get a little recap, kind of get everybody on par with what's going on. If you take a look here, our top 10 heading into this week, Ocean Springs sitting in that number 1 spot after downing D'Iberville last week. We also see a newcomer to the rankings this week. Stone comes in at that number 9 spot. If you look at those first 4 out, Van Cleve, Greene County, Gaucher, and Hancock, all receiving votes. Ocean Springs, you get back in that number 1 spot, you get to just take a week off. You can just hang out. You'll get back to it next week. All the Ocean Springs fans, just enjoy your spot for now and hang back while the Greyhounds reset. Looking at our picks, we had a few people, few games kind of threw us off a bit there. Hancock versus PRC, one of the big ones there. Only 2 people being able to come away with that Hancock pick. One in 4, I believe, Hancock was going into that game. One game that you will not see on this graphic is going to be Bowling Green versus CCA. We all pick Bowling Green to win, and they did. CCA still on the hunt for their first 11-man win so far this season. Looking to our game of the week, number 4, Gulfport heads to the Tropics to take on number 5, West Harrison. Fantastic running backs playing in this game. However, the question is, will one of them be playing tonight? Tyler Bell gives us a preview.
West Harrison is riding high off a big win. However, the Hurricanes have been missing Jordan Stapleton after exiting the D'Iberville game 2 weeks ago. It's unclear whether he'll be back or in what capacity. Against a high-powered opponent like Gulfport, the Hurricanes will need guys to step up if Stapleton isn't available.
Sean Fowler is a great football player. He stepped up. He's been wanting to step up a lot here lately, and I'm so proud of him for stepping up. But the offensive line did a great job, and Coach Hall, offensive coordinator, had a great game plan. So I'm proud about that as well.
Gulfport has been absolutely rolling, outscoring their last 3 opponents 134-41.
Everybody's feeling good, just kind of getting to that point where we're just executing, getting into the dog days of the season and getting into that routine. And so coming together, playing some great defense and making some plays out wide, running game's been good, kind of really coming together as a team right now.
Look out for an explosive game on the ground. With Sean Fairley and Jordan Stapleton for the Canes and Cooper Crosby for the Admirals, both sides will have to defend against the run.
Obviously, you got to corral the 2 backs. They got some explosive guys. They do a really good job with their offense. Coach Patrick over there, they do a tremendous job running the wing tee right there. And so you have to be disciplined, and that's their key thing to it. And you got to tackle. And then sometimes they've been in a lot of shootouts before, and so you got to do a good job on offense, executing your own plan to kind of stay pace with them.
A great group effort. Cooper's a great football player. He's been selected in this AL game. Congratulations to him on that. Coach Penn does a great job getting him the football. His O-line does a great job of blocking for him. We have to do a great job of trying to, swarm to him and all hats to the ball.
It's our WLOX Game of the Week. Some of the best running backs in the state go head-to-head. The question is, who can do it better?
And looking at that game right now, at halftime, Gulfport up by just 1 score, 21-14, looking to stay in the lead here in the third half. So scrolling back up to the top, in Long Beach, 2 one-win teams clash as the Bearcats host the Pascagoula Panthers. Long Beach has 41 straight district game losses, dating all the way back to 2018. They hope to flip the tables against a Panthers team which fell just 3 points shy of upsetting number 3 Picayune last week. And as we go through here, you'll see some scores are empty where we're going to get those updated as quickly as possible. Pascagoula versus Long Beach is one of those. But speaking of Picayune, almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, and the Tide are sitting pretty with a 5-1 record and a 25-game win streak when it comes to district. Their last loss coming in 2020. They see the Hancock Hawks, who have taken 2 straight contests after dropping their first 4 of the year. Our score there in the second quarter, Picayune up 42-14. Over in Carrier, the number 10 PRC Blue Devils were staggered last week after suffering a 20-point loss to Hancock. They'll try and rebound tonight against the Gaucher Gators, who evened out their record to 3 in each column after defeating Long Beach at halftime. Very low scoring. PRC up by just a field goal there, looking to get some more points going there in the third quarter. Now checking in on George County, the Rebels make the trip to Jackson in search of their first district win during a matchup with the Jim Hill Tigers, who have dropped 6 straight. No update on that one yet. We'll work to make sure to get that score updated here as quickly as possible. As you saw earlier, the Van Cleve Bulldogs are on the cusp of cracking our top 10 after winning their last 3. Tonight they visit a Wayne County squad looking to score its first win of the season, their worst start to a season in program history. I mean, we're going all the way back to the 80s. But with that being said, at halftime, Wayne County, they are in the lead right now, 21-17. Van Cleve looking to pull back ahead in that second half. After scoring a district win last Friday, the Stone Tomcats take the number 8 spot in our rankings. They host the 4-2 Purvis Golden Tornadoes, who have won their last 3 games, 2 of which coming over Long Beach and East Central. There's two coast teams, if you will. At halftime, however, Stone shutting them out. Hadn't even given up a point. 17-0. Stone looking to stay in the lead there in the second half. The Pass Christian Pirates' path to the first ever district title is clear with 2 more district games left in this season. They meet the 2-5 Moss Point Tigers tonight. The Pirates have taken 3 wins over the Tigers in the last 3 years. With that being said, Pass Christian, a state title, that would be pretty nice. But we're not worried about that right now. We're looking at Moss Point, and at halftime, they're taking care of business. 42-0. That's a whole lot of points. So, look back up. Of course, Purvis's win means the Hornets are still looking for their first district win of 2025. They clash with the Northeast Jones Tigers. They're in the same boat after falling by 3 to Van Cleve. At halftime, Northeast Jones up 7-0. A tough loss to Presbyterian last week sees the Greene County Wildcats slip from our rankings. They visit the Bay Tigers, who still remain winless after losing by just 1 point to Moss Point last Friday. And at halftime, they don't even have a point right now. Greene County up 21-0. Last time we saw the Poplarville Hornets, they fell to Macomb in Week 6. They look to get back on track tonight after a bye. They take on a hot South Pike Eagles team who has won their last 3. However, not looking so hot right now. Poplarville up 34-12. Nice little lead there heading into the third quarter. Heading to Biloxi, it's a rivalry. The 2-5 St. Patrick Fighting Irish take on the 1-6 St. Stanislaus Rockachas. Both teams have struggled mightily this season, but in a district where 4 or 5 teams will make the playoffs, tonight's game could be one team's chance to cash in on the postseason. At halftime, St. Patrick ahead by 2 scores, 28-14. The Resurrection Eagles still sport 1 single win this season and have dropped 5 straight contests. With time running out, they hope to steal a win tonight in Lumberton from the Panthers. Right now, they trail 3-14. Last week's game of the week sees the D'Iberville Warriors slip to the number 2 spot in our rankings after falling to Ocean Springs. Now they visit the number 8 St. Martin Yellow Jackets, who are looking to get back in the win column after a shutout loss last week. Right now at halftime, D'Iberville, nice little lead there, 20-3 heading into that third quarter. In Biloxi, 2 one-win teams look to stay alive in the playoff picture. The Biloxi Indians host the Harrison Central Red Rebels. Last year's rendition of this matchup was a close one. The Red Rebels taking victory by 1 score. Right now, Harrison Central yet to put up a point in that second quarter. Biloxi up by 10. We finished by checking in with the Christian Collegiate Academy Bulldogs quest for their first ever 11-man win. The 0-8 Bulldogs host a familiar foe in Park Place Christian Academy. When the two met last year in 8-man, the Bulldogs took a 31-28 win. However, right now, second quarter, Park Place Christian ahead 35-6. And that will do it for us here tonight. Just a real quick refresh on how to get to this page. If you're looking at our website, what you're going to do is you're going to click this hamburger menu. If you do this on your mobile app, you're going to see it right there. It's going to say scoreboard. You have it so much easier than these guys. You're just going to click scoreboard and you'll be there. But if you're on the website, make sure to hit this little arrow right here under sports, and then you'll see the scoreboard. And then you can navigate your way over to the high school from here. You can also get those JUCO games happening from last night. But until then, that will do it for us here tonight. Make sure to tune in on WLOX ABC and CBS at 10:15 tonight for all of the latest scores and highlights. Can't wait to see you then. I'm Dylan Jones. Thanks for watching.